I have chosen to do is with plants. What I have is I have 4 daisies. They are all white. What I did was I put 4 cups of water. I left one of the water cups plain. I put yellow food coloring in one, just a couple drops. I put blue food coloring in the other one, and I put red food coloring in the other one. The purpose of this demonstration is to show kids, and I would say that I would do this with younger kids, like maybe kindergarten or first grade, because this will actually demonstrate to them what happens, how the flowers or plants get their nutrients and get their water. It will show them that the water travels up, or the nutrients travel up through the roots and then through the stem until it actually reaches the plant. So what I did was I got 4 daisies. I cut the stems at an angle. I placed one in, just the plain water, and then I put one in each of the other colorings. But I cut the last flower, I actually cut the stem in half, and I'm kind of disappointed with this because it really isn't showing too much. It's showing a little bit on the back, but not a whole lot in the front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what I did. Here are the flowers. And I will pick this one up. This is the one, obviously, that I put in yellow food coloring. I don't know if you can really see it. It doesn't appear that you can see it very well, but it is actually really yellow. I mean, you can see on the back, you can see the yellow, but the front is really yellow too. It's just a really light yellow. Then this one can really shows up. This one is the one I did in blue. See, there you go. You can see the blue, and then if you flip it over on the back, there's lots of blue there too. The one I did in both, I'm kind of disappointed in because the red really didn't show up. The blue didn't show up a whole lot either, so I don't know if I didn't cut the stem right or what, but there is the one that I did in both. You can see the blue tips right there. There's some blue over there. It looks like there might be a hint of red, but if you flip it over, you can kind of see a little bit more of the reddish tint. But that was put in both of the colors. I'm going to see if I can get you to see the yellow one a little bit better. It still doesn't really show the yellow, but either way, it shows they can look at these flowers and they can see by them changing colors how the water travels up from the roots to the stem into the plant itself. And that would explain to them, or at least maybe get you started on a lesson as to explain to them how the nutrients travel and why all the different plant parts are important. The daisies, I actually went down to the flower shop and I got these 4, plus there were a couple extras that they sold me for about $2 for all of them. But you can use any kind of flower. You can use carnations. Any kind of flower. If you have flowers planted, or you know somebody that has flowers planted, then you can go and you can cut down some flowers, because there's no specific kind that works. So that kind of depends on where you get it as to how much it'll cost you. The food coloring, you'll spend a couple dollars on the container of the food coloring. Water is obviously free. If you want to cut the stem, I used a knife. You could use a razor blade. Where I seen it, it said scissors, but I don't think that scissors really would have worked because the stems are too small. But if you're going to do that, of course, you, as the teacher, would have to do that. You would not want the students cutting their flower with a knife. So, and maybe if I would have cut it a little more in the center, it would have turned out better. But I thought it was neat, and I thought it was a very interesting way to demonstrate how water and nutrients travel up so that the plant gets everything that they need. So I hope you enjoy.